Because we have made our first signing of the season official. Andy Robertson is a Spurs player now, as Spurs have officially confirmed on their website and on their X account. Let me just bring this up. Yeah, so if we bring up the statement on the website, this is what Spurs have said. We are delighted to announce the signing of Andy Robertson, a leader on and off the field. The highly decorated Scotland captain will join the club on the 1st of July following the expiration of his contract at Liverpool. Sporting director Johan Langer said, "We are delighted to welcome Andy to the club. First and foremost, he is an outstanding left-back, one of the best of all time in the Premier League, and someone who will improve our squad. In addition, his quality, character and leadership have been evident throughout his career, in which he's regularly competed for and won major honours. Andy's professionalism and commitment will also be invaluable to the development of our squad, and he shares our ambition and determination to bring success back to this club. We are excited for Andy's new chapter and with us, and looking forward to having him here after the World Cup." Zerbi said, "Andy is someone I've admired for a number of years and will bring out outstanding technical qualities, experience, leadership and mentality to our team. He is a proven winner at the highest level over a long period and is someone who could be a big player for us both on and off the pitch. I can't wait to start working with him and seeing the positive impact he'll have on everyone around him. Vastly experienced with multiple winners' medals to his name, Andy joins us following a remarkable 9 years at Anfield, having made his first steps into senior football in 2012 with an amateur Glasgow side Queen's Park. He has enjoyed an incredible rise to the top of English, European and international football in the years that have followed. An intelligent player who has played personally at the heart and the heart. He has tasted success wherever he's been, from reaching the Scottish Cup final with Dundee and being named PFA Scotland Young Player of the Year in his first professional campaign, earning promotion to the Premier League at his next club, Hull, in 2016. The left-back has continually prospered. The following year, he's made his move to Liverpool, and success followed in abundance, the Scots scooping up every major honour on offer, reaching the Champions League final with victory coming in 18-19 showpiece, and now 32-year-old has also helped the Reds to the Premier League title, UEFA Super Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, and the following campaign before securing the FA Cup, League Cup and Community Shield in 2022. He added a further Premier League winners' medal to his collection in 2025. An influential player in the dressing room, Andy grew into the leadership role during his time at Merseyside and was appointed vice-captain for the Reds ahead of his final season at Anfield. Already captain of his country, wearing the armband for Scotland since September 2018, the Glaswegian led his nation to the 2020 and 2024 Euro Championships before he'll skip them to this summer's World Cup, Scotland's first appearance at the tournament this century. So welcome, Andy Robertson.
Yeah, and it's a worst kept secret. I think the worst kept secret that has been this summer. But I think this deal's been in the pipeline ever since January. This deal's been in the works for a long, long time. A lot of people questioning whether it's a Zerbi signing, club signing. We'll get into that conversation. But for me, I think given that we're playing one game a week next year, given that we have had a lack of real, I would say, leadership and standard setting, I think, on the training pitch and then within the dressing room, I think definitely Andy Robertson is that kind of character that will definitely be beneficial for a lot of the younger players and maybe even some of the senior players who have let their standards drop over the last year or so. I still think, given the fact that we're not playing too many games next season, he can still play at a pretty decent standard. Obviously, he's not the Robertson that he was at his peak, but I still think he's capable of quite good performances, and I think he's definitely a good rotation option for Destiny Udogie next season, who's obviously been struggling with fitness and availability. So having Robertson there is going to be vital, and when he's at his best, we know he's a top left back, and if we can get a decent amount of games of him at his best, then it's going to be a great signing for us.
Yeah, but we won't get him at his best because he's past his best.
Well, his best now, I'm saying.
Oh, his best now, yeah.
Yeah, which is still good. I still think he's a top left back when he's at his best now. So I think if we can get him enough games there, I think it's going to be a worthwhile signing, in my opinion. I think the problems come later on when we got European football, and if he's asked to play, more than one game a week, and his physical kind of style of play has probably taken its toll over him over the years, and that's probably affected, every player at that kind of age. It's hard to be your very best when you're, 32, and especially when you're playing such a kind of intense kind of way of playing, pressing every ball, running after every challenge. That's kind of how Robertson's been playing since he's been in Liverpool. But one thing he still definitely has is brilliant technical ability. He's got a great left foot. He's still got that brilliant mentality as well. So you can't take those things away from him. So, look, are we getting the best left back in the league right now at a peak age? No, we're not getting that. But are we getting a player who's been there, done it, can help this squad in the short term, and help maybe in this transition period where we start to rebuild kind of... Lord Zerbi said he wants to build a new Tottenham, and I think can he kind of aid in that transition as we go in a new direction after what has been a complete shit show, especially in the last couple of years, and we need a bit of a reset. Can he help with that and maybe even help kind of get Tottenham up the table? I think he can.
Yeah, I think it's one that's splitting opinion, obviously. I think, he is a player that has declined. He did show good performance levels for Liverpool last season, it's got to be said. But at 32 years of age, he's not going to get better, he's only going to get worse. So how rapidly is that decline going to be this season? We'll have to wait and see for that one. But I do think he brings... What he's going to bring to us off the pitch is going to be invaluable. I really believe that, because it's something that this squad is massively lacking. And I think that's a massive reason as well why Roberto De Zerbi wants to bring João Palhinha back to the club, because these kind of characters, these kind of players, we don't have them in abundance. We just don't. And we need those kind of setters in the squad. We all saw with the leadership of Coutinho Romero this season, sometimes the standards were dropping and he was aiding in that. And I don't think that happens if you can have someone like Andy Robertson at the club, because he'll keep those standards in the dressing room. And I think from that aspect it could be good for us. I'm just a bit apprehensive about what it's going to bring to us on the pitch. I'm not sure how good he's going to be, or maybe in the first half of the season he might be decent, but going into the second half, is he going to be able to keep those up? Going into next season as well at 33 years of age, I don't know. This stuff will all become evident to us as the season goes on. I'm not sure of it just yet, but the reality is last season he put in good performance levels. I think we had Chris from Red Ben on the channel, and he said Kirkes came in, was automatically first choice, and Andy Robertson fought for that shirt back and got it back. But then towards the end of the season, Kirkes won that shirt back off him. So it's going to be interesting to see how it develops. Is he going to start off being our number one left back? Is Udogie going to have the shirt to start off with? If Udogie gets injured for a sustained amount of time, is Andy Robertson going to be good enough to play all those games, week in, week out, and provide for us those big performances on the pitch that we need? I'm not so sure. We'll have to wait and see. But I think it definitely has its values, bringing in Robertson, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not so worried about him next season. I think next season, as I've said, the fact that we're not in Europe probably benefits him and allows him to get his feet under the table, not overworking himself too much. But then beyond that, we'll see. But I think for next season, I think we should see a pretty good Robertson, in my opinion.
Yeah, because as a wise man once said, once that decline happens, it happens quite rapidly. So if that happens next season, which is, it's not exactly beyond all realms of possibility, is it? We've seen it with other players before in the past. I mean, you just look at Sonny, for example. Sonny smashed it in MLS last season. Goal after goal, assist after assist. Now, after 15 games, he hasn't scored a goal yet. That decline has happened quite rapidly this season for Sonny. So I just hope it doesn't happen this season for Robertson, because if it does, then we're automatically lacking a left back again.
Yeah, and that's obviously then they're in trouble again. So no, I take your point. Whenever you sign an older player, that's always the risk. And they didn't confirm the length of the deal, did they?
I didn't. No.
So we don't really know how long he signed for, but I assume it's probably 2 years. Maybe
I'd be surprised if it's more than 2 years.
maybe 3 at a push, but it's probably going to be 2. So if it's 2 years, then that's it.
Yeah. I'd prefer it just to be 1 year, but I don't think he'd probably accept that. So yeah, I'll probably say it probably would be 2 years. If it's 3 years, I think that's a bit too much. But yeah, 2 years is probably what you can expect. But let's see. Let's see how it progresses this season, because it's definitely a big question mark about if he can keep it up for the whole season.
He doesn't have to. I mean, we want him to, but we have a doggy there as well.
Yeah, but we know a doggy's injury problems.
Yeah, but he's not going to be out the whole season.
No, but it's not beyond all realms of possibility that towards in the second half of the season he could get a big injury. It's happened before.
I know.
It can happen again. So,
but then he's also only playing 1 game a week, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm not too worried about it personally.
Worries me a little bit, but I think he's a player that will also ingratiate his name to the fans as well, because of his application on the pitch, because of his try-hard methods, because of his leadership ability. Spurs love a player like that. If you give your all for Tottenham Hotspur, the fans will give it to you back, and I think he'll do that. But let's go on to social media and X and see how Spurs did release the announcement on the Spurs Twitter.
Reckon he takes the number 26?
Nah, definitely not. Definitely not. If you go, so this was the video that Spurs released.
A lot of people were tweeting saying that's not Robertson, that's Michael Dawson, guys. Which, a lot of people were keen to point out Robertson wasn't in his own announcement video.
Yeah, because he is currently out in the USA getting ready for the World Cup with Scotland.
Yeah. Still can find some pictures of him or something.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? But he did send a message through. But there you go, Robertson, no number on the back. I think he'll be number 3, to be honest.
Who's on number? Dragashin's on number 3.
Yeah. So I think Dragashin will go this summer, and Robertson will be the number 3, unless they move a doggy to 3, and he gets 33. But doggy's 33 right now, right?
No, doggy's 13.
13. Maybe.
Ben Davies is 33.
Right. Maybe he'll go for 13. Who knows?
Isn't that just the example of Ben Davies? The years of this club, he's just never been given that 3. Stuck at 33 forever.
But in terms of 26, we haven't had a 26 since Ledley King. They've kind of unofficially retired the number. So they're not going to give him 26, in my opinion. So if you scroll down to Robertson, this is what he had to say. He gave a little message to the Spurs fans. If you scroll down, here we go.
I don't know if can the people hear it, but maybe not.
Is it on mute, or can you hear it?
Can you hear that? Can people hear it?
They can't hear it.
They can't hear it.
Is the volume up? There you go.
There you go. People can hear it now. He doesn't say "Come on, you Spurs" at the end.
What did he say?
He says "See you soon."
Missed the trick there.
Come on, you have to say "Come on, you Spurs." You just signed for us. Everyone says "Come on, you Spurs."
I guess you still can't hear it, but go to the Spurs social media and you'll be able to hear it. Nice little message from Andy Robertson. I see people in the comments saying, Ben, stop talking smack about Sonny. I mean, it's just reality. I love Sonny. I love Sonny from the bottom of my heart. You won't find many people that love Sonny more than me, but it's just reality with the age he's at. He's him and LAFC. They're just not having a good season right now.
Sonny's defiant. He's still got a lot to give. He said.
I hope so. He's still giving a lot of assists. He's definitely providing in that way. But let's hope he can have a good World Cup.
D-Squared says I can hear. Maybe some people can hear. I don't know. Tony says, Ben, your analysis is off and you smell.
And I smell.
You can smell you from there.
We'll see. We'll see whose analysis is off when the season gets going next
First
season.
signing of the Zerbi era Is Andy Robertson.
I wouldn't have thought it was going to be Andy Robertson. But wasn't his first? Was his first signing for Brighton Milner, or was that not his first signing?
It was his first signing, but he did bring him in. He said he didn't mention. Did he mention his first signing at Brighton was someone you wouldn't expect? I can't remember. Anyway, he obviously Zerbi. He also did a little video, but on Andy Robertson, keen-eyed people have noticed that he did that clearly. In the same video, he did the post-season message with Ben Haynes. He seems to be wearing the same clothes. Yeah. So clearly pre-recorded. So they've known about this for a little while.
As have we and everyone
else. So why have they taken so long to announce it? A bit strange. Why not just, I don't know, whatever. Don't know why they've taken their time to make this permanent.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's official, I mean. But look, I'm excited to see what he's going to bring to the dressing room, what he can bring to the team. And I think the problem with Robertson isn't necessarily he can't do things anymore in terms of get assists and stuff, but it's about just getting those positions as regularly as he used to. That's kind of the worry for him. His physical kind of decline is the problem. I still think when he gets in those positions, he provides a lot of quality, and he'd a lot more quality than a doggy, because that's one of Doggy's biggest flaws. Is when he gets in the final third, he's very good at getting there. But when he gets there, his crossing's not great. He suffers a bit from that. So maybe Robbo can add that little bit more quality in the final third.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, his numbers haven't been great over the last 2 or 3 years, have they? Whereas before that, they were quite strong. So look, I think what he can bring as well, I think he can teach, and a doggy can learn a lot from him, because a doggy, as much as he's been up and down in a Spurs shirt, and he's got the potential to be a top left back, a doggy, not there just yet. And I think being under Andy Robertson's wing and learning a lot of what he's done in the past, I think could provide a lot of value for him.
Yeah.
And Sousa as well, albeit I think this probably signals Sousa go out on loan this summer.
Yeah, I think the plan was also always for him to go on loan. So, yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
And if it is Sousa on loan, then hopefully Sousa can get the much-needed game time and then come back, and we won't even need to sign a left-back to replace Robertson, and Sousa can come in.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope he's good enough. We'll see. We'll see about Sousa. I think jury's definitely out on him, but yeah, he had a decent little cameos, but I think hopefully maybe Robertson can surprise us. Maybe a new kind of new scenery, new club, new kind of aims. Hopefully he can surprise a lot of people.
Yeah, I hope so. And we'll see how it goes. But Andy Robertson is the first signing through the door at Hotspur Way. And hopefully the first of many. We've still got Senesi announcement to come. Then we've got the deals to wrap up for Savinio and Van Hecke. Hopefully we can get those two over the line as well. But positive steps. Let's see how we go. But let's move on. And